Hi all, this is Simona Rich, and in this video I'm going to talk about the occult significance of Saturn, this planet in ancient and occult writings. Saturn is a slow-moving planet, sometimes called Kronos, Falsifer, and Shani by Hindus. He is called the eldest of the gods, and in Greek mythology he is told to devour his own children, which symbolizes that time Kronos destroys the material creation. And Kronos and Cronus, some researchers believe them to be two different entities, but other researchers believe them to be the very same entity. Jehovah God has the qualities of Saturn, and many researchers believe that the God of Christians and Muslims is Saturn. In Islam, Kaaba, the black cube, is venerated. Saturn's color is black. Its number is 8, which is the total of the corners of the cube. Jewish males sometimes wear the black cube on their foreheads. The New Jerusalem, according to St. John's vision, is of the shape of the cube. The cube represents confinement and no way out in symbology. Saturn is the last inner planet. It doesn't shine and it's of a gray color. He travels through all the zodiac signs for around 29 years and 157 days. Capricorn is Saturn's night house and Aquarius his day house. He is most exalted in Libra and is in his fall in Aries. He is in his detriment in Cancer and Leo. And William Lilly writes that Saturn rejoices in the sign of Aquarius. He governs airy triplicity daytime, and he is retrograde for 140 days. He is a cold and dry planet, earthly and masculine, though considered without any sex in Vedic astrology, like Mercury is. It's a planet that gives depression, limitations, unhappiness, obstacles, poverty, hard lessons, unbending justice, like the tarot card 8, number 8, which is blind justice. I don't know, I'm using Egyptian tarot cards. I don't know about those other tarot cards, if it's the same number. I think it's 11, but I'm not exactly sure. It's actually the tarot card number 8 is the card that stands for blind justice, and the correct tarot card number 8 should show a woman who is blindfolded, which represents blind justice, that everyone gets what they deserve no matter who they are. Saturn also gives selfishness and tendency to like solitude. It's considered the greater malefic in astrology, and the lesser malefic is the planet Mars. In the body, Saturn rules skin, bones, and the spleen. A strong Saturn in a natal chart gives a long life. Saturn in mythology. In Greek mythology, Cronus is depicted as holding a harp, scythe, and sickle, and was told to be born from Uranus and Gaia. He is told to have castrated and overthrown his own father to rule in the Golden Age. It was told that the Golden Age was of great prosperity and peace. Then he was overthrown by his father Zeus, Jupiter. Oh, I made a mistake here, not the father, by his son Zeus, which is Jupiter, and was imprisoned in Tartarus. He was worshipped by the pre-Hellenic population of Greece and later by the Greeks themselves, though not as much. His functions were connected with agriculture. He was shown as an old man holding a curved sword, and people who stay in nature, who are farmers or live completely in nature, they will feel the influence of Saturn if they are sensitive enough. Saturn married his sister Rhea, and swallowed his own children because his own parents warned him that one of his children will overthrow him. When Zeus was born, his wife, Saturn's wife, replaced him with a stone and tricked Cronus into thinking he swallowed his child. When Zeus grew up, he forced his father to disgorge his siblings and overthrew him. Saturn and Palmistry. Saturn's finger is the middle finger, which is told to be the balance wheel of the hand. It keeps the balance between consciousness and subconsciousness. If it's not longer than other fingers, which is very unusual, this makes a person reckless. If this finger is shorter, then it means the person is reckless. A long and twisted finger of Saturn, provided other marks are present, may mean that the person is able to commit murder. A crooked normal length Saturn finger indicates lack of cautiousness. A long nail phalange of this finger, so the nail phalange is this, shows that the person may suffer from periods of sadness and may be superstitious. A long middle phalange of the finger of Saturn shows that the person can become an astrologer. Saturn also has its own mount and line. The mount of Saturn is not usually developed in people's hands, and if it is overdeveloped, there may be a tendency towards suicide. If it's not overdeveloped but just present, like normally developed, it shows the love of solitude, quietness, earnestness in work, the love of secret or classical music, and the tendency to study dry or serious subjects. Such a person will naturally be cautious and sensitive and particular about little things. He is likely to be interested in occult subjects. Its line, the line of Saturn, is called the line of fate or career. People who don't have this line are free to choose whatever career they wish, but those with a strong line are predestined to a certain line of work and therefore are not free to choose what they want to do. It's not right to interpret a straight line of Saturn as success, as some people do, some palm readers do. It more shows predestination rather than success. Other things should be taken into account to decide whether the person will be happy with the career and whether the career will be successful, such as looking at the line of the sun. So it's not correct to say that if you notice a straight line of fate, that the person is going to be very happy. It just shows that there is some kind of fated career for him. The line of fate also can show marriages. It's sometimes used to confirm the marriage after looking at traditional marriage lines on the percussion of the hand on the mount of Mercury. Those will be the lines starting from, so basically if you see the lines of on the percussion of the hand on the mount of Mercury, then you can also confirm whether the marriage will definitely take place by looking for lines starting from the mount of Luna, and those lines will run towards the line of fate and either merge with the line of fate or run parallel to the line of fate. And then after, if they merge, then you can check by the line that the quality of the line after the merging, whether the marriage will be successful or not, if it runs strong or not. But the best sign is when the line from the Mount of Luna runs close to the fate line and then runs parallel to it. This is the best sign of marriage. There is also the Ring of Saturn, which is here, which is a very rare sign to have. It's not a good sign. It accentuates the selfish and cold Saturnian nature and increases the likelihood of suicide if a sloping line of head is also found on the hand. Mental characteristics of a person born under the rule of Saturn. The person ruled by Saturn is serious and fond of solitude. He is a person of few words and is patient and persevering in work. He can work hard and long without much reward because he has a long-term vision and knows that such consistent work will pay off in the end. Any favorable aspect of Saturn to some planet makes a person a plodder in some aspect of life. For example, an aspect to Mercury from Saturn makes him a researcher, not afraid of spending much time on detailed projects. A person ruled by Saturn often will suffer from periods of sadness and depression. When the ruling planet Saturn is afflicted, it makes the person very selfish and materially minded, envious, covetous, and mistrustful. He is then a coward, stubborn, sluggish, liar, sometimes a hater of women or men, or people in general. He might have some repulsive habits or manners, malicious in his character, and always he will be malicious in his character and always finding something to complain about. Physical characteristics of a person born under the rule of Saturn. The person has dry, yellowish skin. Sometimes he has dark circles under eyes and is usually thin but in an unhealthy way. He often has skin or bone problems, sometimes rheumatism or arthritis. He has middle stature, small, dark and downwards looking eyes. He has high forehead and black and sparse hair that is not shiny. His ears are big, low set eyebrows his eyebrows are low set. He has a rare and thin beard if he's a man. His countenance is unpleasant and he rarely smiles, which makes him even less popular in social circles. He often stoops or holds his head forward. He has broad shoulders and a lean waist. Sometimes there is some defect in the way that he walks, and though he is not quite popular in social circles, he is likely not to care about it anyway, and probably he slightly dislikes people even if Saturn is not afflicted in the natal chart. The skin has a dark undertone, the person has low vitality, the body looks emaciated, and bones make crackling sounds when the person moves. He will like to wear black, will age quickly, and the skin will start wrinkling early. What Saturn represents in astrology. Saturn represents farmers, clowns, beggars, miners, old people. It can represent the father in one's natal chart, and also the sun. Also, a father is represented by sun. Saturn also represents manual workers, funeral home workers, scavengers, and gardeners. Saturn also represents sorrow, limitation, old age, poverty, but also it can represent hard-earned wealth. Some people choose the number 8 for their number for wealth, but actually I don't think it's a good choice because wealth may come, but after a very long and hard work. It stands for hard labor, illiteracy, black color, selfishness, and disease. It represents land devoid of vegetation. According to Vedic astrology, Saturn, like Mercury, is an impotent planet and therefore can represent impotent people. It stands for longevity and long periods of time. It also represents disasters, wealth gained through work connected with land or Earth's resources. Diseases and imbalances caused by Saturn. Saturn causes problems in the right ear, teeth, skin, bones in general, diseases whose cause is depression, cold, or dryness. Saturn causes leprosy, rheumatism, arthritis, consumption, jaundice, trembling, dropsy, gout in hands and feet, apoplexy, hemorrhoids. If it's found in Scorpio or Leo in any bad aspect with Venus, it can cause ruptures. Additionally, according to Vedic astrology, Saturn can cause paralysis, knee troubles, and body deformities. And I don't think this description of diseases in any way contradicts Western astrology. It also tends to make diseases chronic, which again is true in Western astrology as well. Plants, animals, places, and metals ruled by Saturn. Plants ruled by Saturn. Bear's foot, starwort, wolf's bane, hemlock, fern, finger fern, white and black hellebore, henbane, ceterach, clotbur, burdock, parsnip, legumes, vervain, mandrake, poppy, moss, nightshade family plants, angelica, sage, box herb, tutsan, orach, spinach, shepherd's purse, cumin, horsetail, fumitory. Animals ruled by Saturn. Ass, hare, mole, elephant, bear, dog, crocodile, scorpion, toad, serpent, viper, hawk. Places ruled by Saturn. Deserts, woods, valleys, caves, dens, holes, mountains, burial grounds, churchyards, abandoned and dilapidated buildings, coal mines, dirty places, muddy places, wells, offices. Metals and stones ruled by Saturn. Lead, leadstone, the dross of all metals, dust, waste materials of all sorts. Sapphire, lapis lazuli, all valueless stones, stones of ash and black color. So this is all the information I have about the planet Saturn, and you can also choose to look at the references that I used to write this article. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. Take care.